All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. We were anticipating Physical Turles getting his EZA, and it looked very likely that Amond and Raisin and Daiz and Cacao were going to be getting their EZAs as well, and that is exactly what happened. So everything is kind of moving exactly as we're expecting it. We'll see what happens next week. I think it's very likely we could see maybe the Int LR Spirit Bomb Goku EZA next week. I'm not super sure. And then the week after, I think the 30th, is probably when we're going to see TDC officially begin. So, all right. We got all three of these guys EZing. This is very good. More options for space traveling warriors. Good. Another powerful movie boss character to help out Metal Cooler Army, which is good. Metal Cooler Army, of course, is one of the very best units in the game. But as I've mentioned several times, I think his condition is suffocating. The movie boss and Wicked Bloodline characters are not quite good enough. So continuing to fill that out is massive. So, all right, let's jump in. Let's start with Turles. LR Turles, a lot of the times, can be a powerful slot 1 character. There are times he could get taken out. It, probably a little similar to like Daima's Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But overall, Turles most of the time, I think, should be able to be effective in slot 1. So I think we're mostly looking for Physical Turles here to be a powerful support character. Okay. So here's Physical Turles. Leader skills, Space Traveling Warriors, Pure Saiyan, 170%, and then 1 key, 30% to stats for characters who also are Planetary Destruction or Low Class Warrior. Okay. Let's see. So, oh yeah, okay. So Int Majin Vegeta did not really get the benefit of his intro being made more easy to activate. Activates the intro if there's a Goku family or Pure Saiyan enemy or an enemy whose name includes Kid Gohan. Yeah, that helps a lot. So they added Pure Saiyan to that. That's massive. Because, you know, for example, that Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta fight is a huge fight, you know, right now. That's like very powerful. Yeah, that's big. That's big. So anytime we fight, you know, Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, Bardock, Broly, right? That looks good. That looks good to me. Yeah, damn, wow. They really did buff that quite a bit. Just adding Pure Saiyan in there is huge. And then it gives permanent extreme class allies 3 key, 18% attack and defense. Now, remember, in 2026 Dokkan, by the way, there is a thing that they've done, I think, very intentionally. Many characters this year are very broken, but they can have key issues. It's a very clear design choice. LR Turles, actually, early in the fight, key can be a problem for this guy. A permanent 3 key slapped onto him from Physical Turles legit is very helpful. So that would help this guy a lot. Because before you get the Tree of Might up, key definitely can be an issue for LR Turles, right? It can. So that's really good. Oh, wait, no, he gives defense now, too. He did not do that. Yeah, it was just key and attack. God damn. Okay, they really gave Turles a nice buff to that intro. Then 200% attack and defense, 20% damage reduction. When HP is 50% or more, he gets 100% attack, 150% defense. And then an additional that has a 70% chance to be a super attack. Okay. Yep, sure. When attacking with 12 or more key, he gets 150% attack. An additional that has a 70% chance to be a super. Then another additional super, but this is if HP is 50% or less. One time only, 400% attack, 100% defense. That makes sense because he eats the fruit of the Tree of Might in his super attack animation. So the first time he eats a fruit, he gets the massive buff. This is only a 1-turn proc. Yeah, okay. And then he gets, for every super attack performed, 3 key up to 9, 10% damage reduction up to 30%, 80% defense up to 240%. After performing 6 attacks in battle, he becomes super effective against all types and launches an additional super. When there is another space traveling warrior ally in the turn, 1 time 70% damage reduction before attacking. So turn 1, we could put him in just like slot 1. Yeah, because his first turn will get the 70% damage reduction. All right, let me see. So they buffed this. Gets a lot more defense, gets more damage reduction, more key. Okay. So we now can pop out pretty easily. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and eventually he could do 5 super attacks. All right. So here's the thing about Physical Turles. He is a stacking character as well. He stacks attack and he heals. Would they give him defense on his super attack as well? That's huge. Greatly stack attack, defense, 30% defense 1 turn, immense damage, and recover 6% HP. So the heal's the same, defense is new. Does he get more attack now on his super attack? Yes, he does. It was 30, now it's 50. He seems pretty good to me. This looks like a pretty good character to me. I think if I was gonna say like one thing that could have made him maybe a little bit better, I would almost say like just a little bit more support. I mean, he already does. The second he touches down, he does give a pretty strong support effect to the entire team, because this is just something that just goes up and every character's got it, right? But like it would be a little bit more support, but yeah, this is looking good. This like I definitely am gonna have no problem running this guy over, you know, AGL Golden Frieza or something like that. Yeah, this looks like a good EZA to me. Nice. 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 That's really good. All right. So there's Physical Turles. Yeah, looks good. Then he's got Sanctuary Race, Big Bad Boss, Sisters for Conquest, Brutal Beatdown, Prepare for Battle, Destroy the Universe, Fierce Battle. Yep. W. 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 All right. So then we have Amond and Raisin. Now remember, what this character was pre-EZA, they were very similar to what Vegeta and Trunks were. Just they're a villain version. So let's see what the EZA is going to look like here. All right, so they get 250% attack and defense. Planetary Destruction allies get 2 key, 40% attack and defense. Then another 1 key, 30% defense, and 15% crit for characters who are on Space Traveling Warriors. Remember, unfortunately, Metal Cooler is not a Planetary Destruction character. For 1 turn, so this is their first turn, they get 25% damage reduction. As the first attacker in the turn, guard 20% damage reduction and an additional super with 4 key spheres. In slot 2 or 3, they get 200% attack, additional super, guard, and then 10% damage reduction with 4 key spheres. 150% attack when attacking. Whenever guard is activated, they get 50% attack and defense permanently, up to 200%. Remember, that's an ability where dodge will trigger that. You can just go, 35 dodge on them, and if they dodge, this build will trigger. As long as you're guarding, this will trigger. And then if there's another Planetary Destruction ally in the turn, 20% damage reduction, and then another 20% damage reduction if there's another Space Traveling Warrior ally. So how much is that? That's 40... 60? 60% damage reduction past turn 1? I don't know. I mean, guard plus 60% damage reduction. It's not 1972 anymore. We might need a little bit more than that. I'm uncertain. I mean, certainly we would not be using this character with Metal Cooler, right? This is a character probably more so meant if we're just going to run straight up LR Turles' team, the Tech LR Turles. Okay. Is there another area we'd use them? No, they don't even have a 220. Don't even have a 220. Yeah, so if we're gonna run them, it would be LR Turles' setup. That's basically it. Okay. Then they get 30% defense for 4 turns, supreme damage, and then a 70% chance to seal. Chance to seal is not common. I guess they did already have the high chance. Okay. I'm not. I don't know. This type of character, it can be tough nowadays, right? Like, just 60% damage reduction past turn 1 with guard. Back in the day, that's all you needed, but now, not really so much. Yeah, because it, 20, 50, or 60, or 50 if they're in slot 2 or 3. I mean, if they're in slot 3 with 50% damage reduction and guard, I guess that's better. And they are a support type character. Like, back in the day, I'd think of them, we run them in slot 1, but this doesn't look like a character we're going to get away with in slot 1. They seem okay, but I'm not really, like, I don't know. I'm not really, like, super crazy about this one. Okay. And then we have Daiz and Cacao right here. All right. So 3 key, 250% attack and evens. The big thing I'd love to see added here is support. This was not a character that had support previously, right? If we take a look at them, what is this? Metal Cooler? Just get rid of that. They didn't have support before. They were just kind of like, I don't know. They dodge, they crit, they have stats. Like, they were just like sort of like that type of character. All right, 3 key, 250% attack and defense. Additional 70% chance to be a super. And then they do Rainbow Orb Change, which can be good for LR Turles to help him out. Sure, okay. Their first turn, they get a guaranteed additional super and 10% dodge. Or just for only their first turn. Per Space Traveling Warrior or Terrifying Conqueror ally in the turn, that helps them. 200% defense. Oh, per. So they can get three like buffs of that. 200% defense and then 10% crit and dodge. So they can get 600% defense and 30% crit and dodge from that. As the second or third attacker in the turn, 200% attack, 50% crit, and 50% dodge. Yeah, I mean, I do like them in slot 3 with 80% dodge. That does sound good. Very helpful for Space Traveling Warriors, yeah. Then 200% defense when attacking, okay. For every super attack performed, 50% attack and defense up to 200%. And if there's another Space Traveling Warrior ally in the turn, guaranteed additional super. All allies 2 key 30% attack and defense for 2 turns when there's another Planetary Destruction ally in the turn. Yeah, they're better than Amond and Raisin, I think. It's just like, this doesn't... I mean, it sounds insane, I feel like, but I don't think this translates as well to kind of like the modern day as like them. This is an 80% dodge character in slot 3, right? And then now they got 2 turn fucking support when there's a Planetary Destruction ally in the turn. Yeah, these boys do not have 2 turn support. So I think Daiz and Cacao on EZA are just a lot better. I mean, like, Amond and Raisin were way better originally. Now it looks like Daiz and Cacao I think are probably better, but I mean, we'll use them first. The orb changing could help LR Turles as well, by the way. That could be very helpful for Turles. 2 turn support. This looks like this is a really good character for Space Traveling Warriors. If we run Space Traveling Warriors, they look like they're very good. Yeah, and that's like these make no bones about it. These characters are meant specifically for an Iron Cane type player who goes, "Oh yes, So yellow coin LRs are meant to be used with the new Dokkan Fest. Gotcha. I'm not doing that. Right? It's okay. So we'll run double Turles, which will help now with physical Turles. These three characters, these three EZAs, would help the Space Shoving Warrior team a lot. Absolutely. Okay. Their super attack effect. They get it's going to be is that 30% attack for 4 turns, supreme damage, and a 70% chance to stun. Yeah, it was 30% before, so it should be 30%. Okay. So, all right. So there's our 3 EZAs for Amond and Raisin, Daiz and Cacao, and Physical Turles. Looks good. Looks good. I feel like Dokkan gave these guys really effective EZAs. Villains are in a great spot right now. Space Shoving Warriors help massively. There are like Space Shoving Warrior missions and stuff in games, so this is just a huge help. So chat in the hat. Let me know what you guys think, but overall I'd say pretty good.